All right, welcome back, Prospect Live viewers. We're back with another 2020 MLB Draft player breakdown. Of course, joining me today, courtesy of perfectgame.org, is PG's National Scouting Supervisor, Brian Sikowski. Brian, today we're breaking down one of the more exciting catchers, one of the bigger names in the college class, at least in the hitting side, positional side, Patrick Bailey, catcher from NC State, switch hitter, strong behind the plate as well. We got some very recent video from the event that you caught in Minnesota back before the shutdown. Talk to me a little bit about Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, he's a guy who, he was a known guy coming out of high school, but scouts were pretty sure he could defend, but it wasn't a very impactful bat yet. So that's kind of why he ended up at campus there at NC State. But he's done nothing but hit since. It's still a defensive profile beyond anything. It's like plus glove, plus arm back there. Really, really impactful defender. Obviously, with the potential advent of this automated strike zone, his receiving work may end up not being as valuable down the road as it is now. But he can really receive right now that it's still relevant to talk about. But yeah, and so it's a switch hitter. He's got above average raw from both sides of the plate. It's plus raw pull side in some cases. He gets to it a fair bit. He walks a lot. There is some swing and miss concern. I don't think you're talking about a guy who's going to hit for a super high average at the major league level, but I think the package of defense and walks and power from both sides of the plate, and he's going to swing and miss, but I don't think it's enough to really limit what the profile can be. So yeah, if you're building out the grading card, it's like a 4 bat with 55 juice with plus stuff, plus D and arm behind the plate, and that to me says, hey, this guy could go in the top 10 overall. That's a really valuable player.
And is that where you think he ends up going on day one? And I know, it seems like the closer we've gotten to the draft, Dingler and Bailey has been more of a debate than certainly it was, a few weeks ago or even a few months ago. And it seems like it's a little bit closer. So do you think Bailey's still the first guy to go on day one?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still Bailey to most people, but that's certainly, not a certainty.
Sure.
I think Dingler probably has bigger upside due to the athleticism and due to the sort of untapped offensive potential. I think Bailey, you could make the argument, is a little bit safer. He's got a little bit better track record. The tools aren't limited, certainly, like we just talked about, but it'd be interesting between the two. Really will. I think that both have a chance to go in the top 15. I know that it's been unpopular recently to mock Bailey to the White Sox at 11, but I don't think that's very likely just based on my information. I think that he may slip past that, but even still, we have him ranked number 9 or 10 in the country on our board. That we think he's a top 10 player overall. Yeah, so it could be anywhere from seemingly like 7 to 17 or something like that. In that range is where we should see him go.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting pick for, a lot of teams there, just because he could be, for a catcher, a relatively fast mover. I don't know if he's not in the the level of an Adley or certainly a Bart, those sort of guys, but just kind of a tick below and a really interesting catching prospect nonetheless. That was Patrick Bailey, catcher from NC State. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with more.